Greetings, today is June the 14th of 2022. It's my sister's birthday. And yeah, I spoke to her earlier. So, Toyaholic videos tend to be about Star Wars memories. I actually have one that I'm about to shoot about Mork from Ork Toys on location at a different place in this city. And I'm getting requests from folks saying, do more Ghostbusters, real Ghostbusters Kenner toy memories. And you know, I really don't have that many. I remember going into Toys R Us in Huntsville, Alabama, and seeing the Peter Venkman for the first time and thinking, God, what a horrible resemblance to the cartoon character. I mean, I bought it, and I bought every time they reused that mold, of course, even the Ecto Glows. But even the reissues that they did in the last couple of years. But I never thought it was a good likeness to the cartoon character. I thought the Diamond Select Toys was a much better. Conversely, I thought the Diamond Select Toys Ray Stantz was laughable, whereas the Kenner, Ray Stantz, and Egon were wonderful sculpts. Winston was passable. He was okay, but Venkman the sculpt wasn't good. The paint apps weren't good. It was like there was overspray on the eyelid of the green color they used for the eye. And I know, by the time of real Ghostbusters, smaller 4-inch Star Wars figures already had white eyes with colored pupils. Like, Lando's a general. Lando from Empire Strikes Back. There were characters that had a 2-stage paint application on the eyes, and that Venkman had a flesh tone eyeball with a blob of green paint on it. And I remember going, ugh, this is awful. Put it in the cart and paid for it. Because I'm a toyaholic, you see. I'm addicted. I have to have. Anyway. So there's that memory of the Venkman, and then the other one would be not here in my maternal grandparents' former house, but in my paternal grandparents' former house in Muscle Shoals, of getting the Ghost Trap, the role play Ghost Trap toy. I won't say life size because it's small, and the handle almost immediately breaking. And I covered this in an old video for Ghostbusters stuff. One of the first YouTube videos I ever made, as a matter of fact, because my dad just cut the plastic handle completely off, or I think it had a place where it could unscrew. Anyway, he took it completely off, and he took a piece of broom handle, but the broom handle its diameter was too big to go in the smaller diameter of the plastic groove. So he took sandpaper and he made just a couple of inches of that broom handle smaller in diameter that fits perfectly into that plastic notch, and then he put a big sturdy screw in from the inside. And so that's been painted a few times over the years. Originally painted one color, and then I painted the whole thing black to make it more movie-like and gave it to Zach. So yeah, that's still got a bit of my dad's repair work in it. And I do have a second one that's still mint in the box, never been opened. So I have a pristine Kenner Ghost Trap, and I have then the modified one and a couple of more in various condition that I've bought for parts to try to repair or cherry out the custom one. So very few Ghostbuster stories. And I think part of the reason there is it goes to my accessibility to those houses. The one in Muscle Shoals, I could go to. I feel like I could pick up the phone and say, hey, cousin, can I come over and shoot a video in your house? But she would want to be there, and she would be a presence in the room, and I couldn't like bring over a tub full of things and film and go, oh my God, I've got to get to work, and just pick up and leave. I would have to clean, come back the next day, resume filming. You know, it's like here, this is a vacation home. It's like a guest house. If my uncles come in from Arkansas or Texas, or my cousins come in from Tennessee or whatever states, this is like the midway point for everybody, and they will get use out of this house for those specific days. When the kids were little, Debbie and I and the boys would come spend the night here just randomly. Just like, hey, you want to go out of town? Yeah. We'll go sleep in the house and we will get some breakfast cereals. Now, when Zach was little, as Zach and Ryan were little, we would get the little box of like 8 individual cereals so that everybody got something different. We didn't have to buy multiple big boxes. And Zach began to associate that with this house. I can't find those little mini cereals anymore. But even when we came here 1 month before I took the job in Tupelo and we were testing the drive and seeing the distances and seeing if geographically everything was going to work out for me, they came and spent the night here with me. And first thing Zach said was, can we get some cereal? And so Zach's not here. I bought this cereal a couple of days ago. That's a full box of Fruit Loops with marshmallows, which, by the way, is one of the only cereals that I think tastes like the classic Real Ghostbusters cereal from the 80s. So your mileage may vary, your taste buds may vary, but I think this reminds me of the Real Ghostbusters cereal. So plus, I just like Fruit Loops and I like marshmallows. I bought a bunch of the Fruit Loops Han Solo and Stormtrooper disguise in the 80s. Have I told that story? My grandmother in Alabama passed away. My first wife and I were living in an apartment and then moved into a house, all while that Fruit Loops Han Solo promo was going on. And my niece and 2 nephews were all very young, and my parents were buying them Fruit Loops for cereal all the time. And so I said, save me the little proofs of purchase and the thing that you mail away. And I wound up with 20 of them, and you could have a max of 5 per household. So what I did was I had some sent to my address at my parents' house, some sent to the apartment, some sent to the new house, and some sent to my grandmother's house because all of her mail was being forwarded to my dad. So everything wound up, because of forwarding for the various addresses, it all showed up either at my parents' house, 10 of them, or at the new house, 10 of them, because we had the apartment mail being forwarded to the new house. So I wound up with 20 of the Fruit Loops Han Solos when that promotion was going on in the early to mid 90s, whatever time frame that was. So yeah, I have a lot more access to this grandparents' house than the other grandparents' house, and it's more conducive to filming. I do have memories of Star Wars toys in both locations, but not really Ghostbusters memories in this location. So I guess that's one reason why it's been skewing more towards Star Wars here. But I do have Star Wars memories at my maternal grandparents' house, so including several items that I was bought but told to put back for a holiday, but then allowed to play with every time I was at that house. So I will tell that story in a future video. Thanks for watching.